If you recently picked up a Switch 2 or if you're planning on it, why should you keep your Switch 1? Even when you have one of these. I figured it out today. You need both. Loki, it only took a couple of live streams and we got it. And some help from friends. I can't believe it. I didn't know it was going to be this simple. Where are you going? You going to go on the LP? There's life back into the Switch. It's been idling dead, but it's coming back to life. Dunkin' Donuts behind me. Welcome to today's video as of recording on this Monday, July 21st, 2025. Monday, practically in the books. We were both talking last night. Neither one of us wanted to go to work, and that part of it is over with. It's all fun. And especially the new development, I want to give a shout out to Julio and Lou. Julio mentioned this about 2-3 weeks ago. Clearly left my mind, forgot about it. Lou reminded me why you need a Switch and a Switch 2. I'm going to get to that. Also, the 10 best games from the 90s. Will we agree with this? Will I agree with it? Will we all be on the same page of these are the best 10 games of the 90s? Got a super hot coffee today. 21st of July already. It's gonna be August before we know it. It's just, where is the summer going? All right, we're gonna head off. Actually, I want to check Target. I want to keep my eye on it this week. I don't know if we're going every day. We'll see if Psylocke and Thanos are there. Just want to have a couple of friends that are looking for it, so we'll stop over there, talk some Nintendo. I'll stop at a couple other places, but yeah, this is gonna work, and I'm proud to say this will change live streams. I promise. Fingers crossed. Promises, promises. This should honestly solve the issue. 77 degrees. High today was 79. The low is 59. So yeah, we're sticking in the 70s. We're gonna talk some 90s. Sit on that motorcycle. The 10 best games from the 90s. Oh, by the way, got my car back. Yeah, I just wanted to share that Mikey hooked me up in and out, and my car back the very next day. So good to go for another, I don't know, 5,000 miles. And I'm not sure how long the new synthetic lasts. He rotated my tires, got an oil change. So yeah, it's riding like a champ. Love this car. Thought coming here would be a good place to talk a little retro gaming. Top 10 games from the 90s. Here we go. Let's see if we're all on board. Usually they throw in a couple of wild cards, and hopefully this is the one. I have high expectations that we'll all agree on these. 10 best games from the 1990s. This looks promising. Super Mario World, okay. I mean, we're talking 1990s here, so was Mario 3 or was that 89? I'm gonna be on board with Super Mario World. The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past. I'd put that in there. Sonic the Hedgehog 2, definitely. Out of the 3 so far, this is my favorite. And this right here is what I was always referring to with the Donkey Kong Bonanza on the the co-op. Like I would say, it's going to be like the Sonic and Tails. And I have not played the co-op yet, but this is what that reminded me of. Sonic the Hedgehog 2, definitely in the top 10. There's an ad. GoldenEye 007. I agree. Not one of my favorites. We all know where I stood on the first person shooter, but lately I have been a fan of the N64. Look at how this works out, and I had no idea this was going to be on here. Still not put this picture up yet. I was going to do that in the intro. I am still thinking, like, where am I going to put this? But just letting everybody know, this is $4.42 with the 66% off. Okay, they have Doom at number 5. Now they're saying 6, but because of the first page, we're at number 5. Doom. Do not have a lot of experience on Doom, but I don't have an issue with this one. Number 6, Half-Life. No, I've never heard of this. So this might be a little bit of a wild card. We're talking console games, so we were thinking like, actually, I want to see Turtles in Time in the top 10, or Turtles 4, whatever way you want to call it, in the top 10. I'll put Super Nintendo above Hyperstone Heist just because it's Super Nintendo. Like I would settle for that. StarCraft. It's another wild card for my opinion. Final Fantasy VII, definitely. This was my first game for PlayStation. We're not going to see Turtles in Time in here, are we? Final Fantasy VII, I strongly agree. There's 2 more games. 2 more in the top 10 here. And an ad. Banjo. What's that? Kazooie? Okay. Yeah, I mean, I know Banjo. Now, saying that, I am gonna expect that Crash Bandicoot is, nope, Pokemon Gold and Silver. That's the final one. I would put Crash ahead of this. So yeah, they always throw a little bit of a wild card. I agree strongly with Final Fantasy VII, and then of course, I mean, I would put Doom in there, GoldenEye, yes, Sonic the Hedgehog 2. My opinion, out of all these, this is the best game. Best game of the 90s. Out of the list, out of the 10 they're giving us. I just got a text from Garage Gamer. Look at what he got. He did mention that he was getting a delivery, so I'm guessing this is his space right here. You can see the Fantastic Four, you can see Spider-Man. This was an instant delivery, so that is awesome. My buddy Moat, Mike of All Trades, Figures Moat has picked up 2 of these, and Garage Gamer has 1. So hopefully, we're gonna stop at Target. Maybe we'll see one. There is a price. I got a text yesterday from my friend Bob that there was an actual like price of $59.99 on the bottom. So seeing that, that they should have these in stock, if not today, very very soon. So definitely on the hunt for this. Another great game from the 90s, isn't it? Marvel vs. Capcom. Actually, just because we're talking, the game verse here is, I just got a text from, I'm in a group text with Moat and Evan, that Evan was at a Target and they're claiming they won't have any of them out until Thursday. So if for some reason in this area it is late, even though they're in stores, it is late to, I thought somebody was behind me, to put these out. So I'm pretty sure we probably won't see one tonight, but I'm gonna check over here because I know Evan probably wasn't in this area. Look at this. Is that a PlayStation controller? So yeah, it's something's definitely going on at Target. I think people are trying to work there, are trying to sell these, and I think that's what's happening here, because they're a Target exclusive and they're so rare. So look at all this Christmas stuff. There's a lot going on. There's a lot happening in this video right now. Yeah, that sure is. It looks like a PlayStation 4. Looks like a PlayStation 4 controller to me. I like it. Yeah, I think it's just the PlayStation's gonna be. It'll be another topic for today. We have a lot of Nintendo to talk about, but I wanted to just go over the 10 best games from the 90s, and I don't agree with all 10, but I do agree that Super Mario World, GoldenEye, Sonic the Hedgehog 2, Final Fantasy VII. And there might have been one other one in there that I agree with, but yeah, I think they nailed it with those. Just not all 10. It was definitely, yeah, it was a PlayStation 4 controller. I was thinking 5, but I'm like, the 5, that's the 5. That was I wish it was over here. I would just go from in here to like that. Like, yeah, that was the one. But yeah, definitely PlayStation 4. It's pretty cool. Might be the thumbnail because we have both the OLED, the regular Switch 2, the bundle, everything's behind me. Why would I keep both? And that's just because I'm a Nintendo fan, because I haven't had my OLED for been still under a year since I bought my OLED at I believe it was the 174 sale. Got it over at Target. There's a reason to keep both, and it took me this long to realize it. The reason's been in front of my face this whole time, guys. There's Switch 2. And then there's Switch. The Switch is going to get played on the Switch, and the Switch 2 is going to get played on the Switch 2. That is the problem. That is why those games are not running properly online. That's why Power Rangers was so weird. The Capcom Beat 'em Up collection, Power Rangers, Turtles the other day. Why does Mario Kart run so good? Because it's a Switch 2 and that's what we were playing it on. Oh my gosh, so I have a solution how we can play both of these at the same time. Good marketing. So instead of having the figures facing this way, they turned them all around. So yeah, look how cool that, like, Storm wasn't doing it for me on the, you know, just look at the figure, but on the back. That's brilliant. I don't know who thought of this, but this, absolutely brilliant. And then you have a Spider-Man Rubik's. Saw this yesterday and it reminded me of Mr. West. Oh no, that's good. Cherry Coke. And it's not that I forgot about the Switch. It's not that I had hate for the Switch. I just, you know, I was just on like Team Switch 2 now because, you know, it's Mario Kart. It's Donkey Kong. But, you know, to play everything else, yeah, they'll play on here, but they're not going to play as good as they're going to play on the actual Switch. It's again, it's taken me this long to figure that out. But definitely, Crash Bandicoot should have been in the top 10. I don't know if maybe it's just me, but I definitely would have put them in the top 10. So I do have a report on the Thanos and Psylocke pack. First of all, I want to find the $59.99 price for those figures, because those are Transformers, but there should be one that's McFarlane. Okay, the Marvel action figures for $59.99. This is where it would be. Look at this. Look at the Cyclone. This is new. Look, you could swap out his head. That's pretty cool. I loved having Cyclone. It looks a little bit different than the one I had, but pretty cool. So there is still 8 of them in back, and they're on pallets, and they're up top, and they're saying Tuesday or Thursday. So if I'm in the area, I'll stop by and just keep it. Oh, okay, I put this up. Just keep my eye on it. I'm kind of like hooked on trying to find one of these now, because I know that it's just such a hassle now to come across it. I'm determined to find one, and I'm not even going to keep it. I don't have any interest, but I do want the Wolverine, Marvel vs. Capcom, and I forgot who he's paired with, but definitely want the Wolverine. But yeah, if I can find one of these, at least one, and hook up one of my friends that's like searching, I will. So might be coming back to Target tomorrow. I'm determined to make these streams right, and that's where we're headed next. So first things first, and yes, it is a rat's nest now, but I did move, and this was from the last stream. This was from Saturday night. I did have my Switch 2 not in the cubby hole anymore. You can see it's the original Nintendo cord that leads to my camera, and then the OLED is in the cubby hole, but only one can be plugged into the capture card. And you can see this loose one is the actual OLED switch. First things first, we're going to address this. Now, I did want to avoid all this in the beginning of too many wires, and we're reaching that point, but this has to be done. It's the Ra's al Ghul. We have to do what is necessary. This is 5-in-1. I will have this going right into the capture card, and then both the switches now plugged in directly through here. So I did pick up another HDMI cord, which is down here. That's going to be plugged into this, and then plugged into the capture card, and then everything will be plugged into here. And this is going to need some power into the outlet, so I did have to upgrade that. All this, you know, extra stuff, but this is what it's going to take. It does come with a remote, but of course, I never have batteries. I don't know how I don't have any AAA batteries. It takes 2. We are in channel 1. That is switch 1. Channel 2 is switch 2. There's a few more ports here. So I am going to turn this on and go from switch 1 to switch 2 and see if it, you know, how it shows up with the capture card. By the way, Loki is on the X-Men stool. It's been a long time since I turned on the switch 1. We'll see. There we go. There we go. Okay. That works. So the switch 1, 6:25 p.m. I am now going to grab my Pro controller, my Switch 2 Pro controller, and there's a lot going on here. And fire that up, have both of them running at the same time. Actually, my controller's down here. All right, hold on. Okay, and now I am going to go to channel 2, and over here, look at this. Okay, we're on channel 2. This is the Switch 2. The studio's kind of going a little bonkers here. It's probably like, what is happening? Go back to channel 1. I feel like Wayne's World. Camera 1, camera 2. They're okay. There's Switch, and then there's Switch 2. This might work. Maybe I should change the background to a different color on the Switch 2. I don't know what's going on with this. I was not able to do. I am right now running a sample. Like, it is live, but it's a private stream. Switch 1 is currently on. I could not get this to work properly with both switches on, so I turned off Switch 2. I am on Switch 1. Okay, so we have Mario Kart 8 loaded. So just pretending here like I'm just gonna play a quick sample here. Because I cannot run both of them at the same time. But let's just pretend we're doing a stream. Nonetheless, if it doesn't work out that I can't go back and forth, a stream will be, it will be the Switch 1 stream. So all the Switch 1 games, and then it will be, a different stream will be the Switch 2. But just to sample this out. So having an actual live stream happening right now. It's on clock for 4 minutes and 9 seconds. Say we were racing here, and I decided, okay, let's switch. Let's go to let's go to the Switch 2. I kind of like this motorcycle. And we'll play Mario Kart World. Right after this. I'm kind of loving this motorcycle, to be honest with you. I have to admit, I think I've been on the Switch 2 a little too long. I think we should be going a little. This is great, going back and forth a little bit on Switch 1, because if it's going to be a Switch game, I'm going to run right into that lamp. It should be on the Switch, and if it's a Switch 2, it should be Switch 2. So let's just pretend. Okay, let's jump out now. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually power this off and see if this works during the stream, and then go back and watch the stream and see if how it works. So I'm going to close this out. I'm going to put the sleep mode on. That has turned off. Now I'm going to turn on the Switch 2. There we go. Go to channel 2, not camera 2. Channel 2. I'm thinking Wayne's World again. And there we go. The stream is still going, so this is the way to do it. Now, this would be the proper way regardless, because if your Switch is idling long enough, it will just turn off. So if we have a little bit of dead time there, but oh, wow, I never shut it down from our stream. It's been running the whole time. It's been running since Saturday. Oops. Oops. Let's just do this. Hold on. So yeah, it's... I might go with the motorcycle from here on out. Yeah, I just chose it. This is all samples, so we can do this now. We can actually, so if you're watching and you have a Switch and you're like, okay, let's play Turtles, we'll play it on the Switch. And if there's a Switch 2 game, I know I've said this over and over, but this is the way to do it. This is the way. And that's why they haven't been running properly, so finally figured it out. Plus, I think from here on out, I might go with the motorcycle. We took a step in the right direction tonight. This is gonna be exciting. You know, from returning the Xbox, you know, it was kind of, I'm sure, shocking and not what everybody wanted to hear, but at least for the Switch part, this has been resolved finally. I want to thank everybody for giving me suggestions on my internet connection, on if I should get a PlayStation, if I should get an Xbox, or if I'm going to stream Switch, play it on the Switch. And if I'm going to stream Switch 2, play it on the 2. That's going to do it for today. I want to thank everybody for watching. We'll see you guys next time. And then if I decide, okay, you know what? We're going to go back to the Switch. We're going to go back to, let's get out of this. Hit my home button. Close the software, because I didn't do that Saturday, so now it's officially closed. I'm going to power this off. Sleep mode. And we'll just count 1, 2, 3, 4. I think that just turned on. We're about 7, 8 seconds. Going to channel 1, 10. Might be about 10, 12 seconds in between. So I guess that the only downside is we're going to have a little bit of a dead zone. Remember that show? In between. So, but this is why this game has not been running smooth on the Switch 2. It's because I tried to play it on the 2. It should be on the Switch 1, and that's why. That's why people couldn't find the Power Rangers game, the Turtles game. Look at the action with Switch. We have a friend request. We'll get to that in a second. But now I think this will run smooth when we go in and play a beat 'em up. Let's create a game quick, and finally, The Rock has come back to streaming correctly. Oh yeah, we are going to do a double header this Saturday. So yeah, it's gonna be Switch heavy Saturday for both Switch and Switch 2. I don't remember if I thank everybody for watching. I don't remember if I said that. I will see you next time. Looking forward to playing this again. For a second, I didn't think it was gonna work when it was just like going crazy over here, but that's because both of them were running and it's only one at a time. I should have remembered that. I should have realized that if you're gonna leave the Switch idle long enough, it will just, you know, go into sleep mode. Now if I had a PlayStation or an Xbox, and you know, there's 3 other ports. It could go from one to another to another. It could be literally crazy. The only downside is It's going to be 10 to 12 seconds of dead time, dead zone. So the stream right now it's at 11:46. At 12, I'm going to stop it and just make sure that it sounds good, make sure that everything seemed okay, and we'll go from there. And look, I got a friend request from Sexy MG. We're now friends, MG. The Switch test did register 12 minutes, 26 seconds. I cut it down right after, well, shortly after 12 minutes, just kind of messing around, but the stream went through, and I think we're a go. I think we have a green light here, and this should be fun. This will add a little bit extra variety on a Saturday. Okay, test 1 2. See, it came through in Switch now, and then going. It's like the problem is I cannot. Let's go to the happening right now. Let's see it when we get to that point. I'm going to. So okay, we were playing Switch 1. Put the sleep mode on. There we go. Here, this is what I wanted to see. That has turned off. Now I'm going to. So we'll see this. The Switch 2. There we go. So yeah, we're just gonna have this camera. Channel 2, not camera 2. Channel 2. I'm thinking wings rolled again. This dead spot right here. And there we go. So what do you think? What do you think about this style? Are we okay? No, you know, kind of going, kind of dead zone for 10, 12, 15 seconds. If your Switch is idling long enough, it will just turn off. So if we're, we have a little bit of dead time there, but wow, I never shut it down from our stream. It's been running the whole time. It's been running since Saturday. Oops.